The United States has long criticized other countries for their voting systems, often labeling them as undemocratic, but perhaps it's time to put the American voting system under the microscope. With the US presidential elections approaching, it's crucial to recognize the significant flaws in the voting process. First, let's talk about the Electoral College. Most Americans will be voting for either the Democratic or Republican candidate, but these votes are actually shaping a group of officials known as the Electoral College. These electors are responsible for choosing the president and vice president. The number of electors each state gets is roughly proportional to its population. For instance, California has 54 electors, while Alaska, with its smaller population, has the minimum of 3. There are 538 electors in total, and the candidate who secures the majority, 270 or more, wins the presidency. However, this complex system often overshadows the popular vote. A candidate can win more popular votes, but still lose the election, like Trump in 2016, when he won the presidency thanks to the Electoral College, not the popular vote. Or in 2000, when George W. Bush beat Democratic nominee Al Gore. The system can make voters feel like their voices don't truly matter and gives disproportionate power to swing states, shifting the focus there and leaving smaller states in the shadows. Then there's gerrymandering. This is when politicians manipulate district boundaries to favor one party, effectively allowing them to pick their voters rather than the other way around. By drawing districts in a way that favors their party, they can ensure a win even if the majority of people did not vote for them. This manipulation distorts the true will of the people and leads to a lack of trust in government. For example, in Wisconsin in 2011, Republican lawmakers redrew the state's legislative map to pack Democratic voters into fewer districts, giving Republicans a significant advantage in state elections. Voter intimidation is another issue in American elections, particularly amid growing civil tensions and the absence of strict gun laws. In 2020, there were numerous reports of armed groups planning to monitor polling stations, which intimidated voters, especially in minority communities. Lastly, there's the lack of voter education. The US voting process isn't the simplest. Each state has its own rules and procedures. Without accessible and clear information, many people won't know how to register, vote, or what type of ID they need to cast their ballot. These are just a handful of the problems plaguing the American voting system. There are many more that make it, dare I say, undemocratic. It's clear that the US voting system is outdated and in dire need of reform to truly reflect the will of the people.